Here we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew. Don't need bags or a pass. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my hat is off to you. Oh, we can zoom all the way to the moon from this great wide wacky world. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the dark clouds start to swirl, don't feel enchanted, 'cause I'll be your one-up girl. So let's all jump up super high, high up in the sky. There's no power up like dancing. You know that you're my superstar. No one else can take me this far. I'm flipping the switch. Get ready for this. So let's do the Odyssey. Odyssey, yes, see. 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 Odyssey, Odyssey. Spin the wheel, take a chance. Every journey starts a new romance. A new world's calling out to you. Take a turn off the path. Find a new addition to the cast. You know that any captain needs a crew. Take it in stride as you move side to side. They're just different points of view. Jump with me, grab coins with me, oh yeah. Come on and jump up in the air. Jump without a care. Jump up 'cause you know that I'll be there. And if you find you're short on joy, don't fret, just don't forget that you're still a one-up boy. So go on, straighten up your cap. Let your toes begin to tap. This rhythm is a power tune. Don't forget you're the superstar. No one else can make it this far. Better go through that stash. Now you've got panache. Oh, let's do the Odyssey. It's time to jump up in the air. Jump up, don't be scared. Jump up and your cares will soar away. And if the dark clouds start to swirl, don't fear, don't shed a tear. I'll be your one-up girl. Now listen, all you boys and girls.
Sorry, my mic. I did not plug in the USB all the way. Hi.
You know that we're
Actually, one thing I'll do.
superstars. We're the ones who made it this far. Put a smile on that face. There's no time to waste. So let's do the Odyssey.
Haimu. Hello, hello, hello. Edie, thank you for the lurk and also the hydrate. I hope you're doing well. Time to read more peak for real. Again. Oh, see, this is what hits good. This is the good stuff. I feel so bad. I did want to draw Umas today, but my fellow Americans, I have not been 100% honest. I told you guys that I had thumb pain. Well, unfortunately, it was, hold on. I told you that I had thumb pain. I'm gonna be honest. It's because I was playing Hololive Dreams. I didn't even play it for that long. I used to play, like, demo with my thumbs all the time when I was in, like, junior high. Like Demo 1. I haven't played Demo 2. Demo 1, I used to, like, play that shit out of my thumbs. For some reason, like, An hour of Hololive Dreams put my thumb out of commission. I don't know what happened. Music still playing? Wait, is it like... Is that a little bit? Oh wait, I was a minute behind. Oh. Yeah, maybe that sounds a little better anyways. But yeah, I was not used to playing with my thumb. And I get worried about stuff like that, because I know, like... I know hand cramping and pain like that's always gonna happen when it comes to making art in the first place, so I'm like, hey, I'm not risking it. I'm icing up my thumb, I'm taking my ibuprofen like I'm supposed to, and I'm gonna take care of my hand because my body is a temple. Or at least my hand is. Oh yeah, I should greet everybody. Hi DD, also thank you for the hydrate again. Hi Mr. Twafa. Hello Cat Peasant. And of course, hello DTT, you evil little fuck. Would you consider yourself a part of the Magical Girl fan community? I watched the other Magical Girl anime outside of Monica Magica. To be honest, it's not that I don't enjoy the Magical Girl genre though. I'm in this weird thing where I do like Magical Girls, but I haven't really seen any other Magical Girl anime. Actually, I watched Powerpuff Girls Z, if that counts. I think I remember being really, really little watching 4Kids, watching Magical Do Re Mi, and I think I liked it. Motto come and go, yo, fellow Peak enjoyer, yay! But I have a lot of love and respect for the genre in the first place. I just love the concept of Magical Girls. Madoka's base, dude, did you see that Walpurgis Nacht Rising is gonna get released in Latin American cinemas? I'm just like, oh, Streamlabs, what are you doing? You're not my bot. Hold on. Streamlabs? What the heck? Why'd you do that? You're timing out my goat. Because I was driving earlier and then realized that the Magical Girl community has been pretty quiet on Hell Maiden. I think it's really a shame. Dude, I think I was trying to play around with the Cloud bot before. Oh, I see. I put on moderation. I was playing around with it because I was thinking about switching over to the Streamlabs bot, just like streamline things and make things a little easier on myself. Right now, actually I need to open this up. Right now, I just use streamer.bot, and I'm gonna be honest, it's just like slightly a pain just because it takes a bit more technical skill. I might have to get somebody to help me set up the stuff that I want to. Dude, I don't know. Who invited him? Who let a polar bear in Arlington, Texas? Yeah, I don't know. We don't get it in America. I really want that simul release. If you can do it in Latin America, you can do it in regular America because Pretty Please with a cherry on top. Dude, I don't care. I will drive over there. First day. You want to type a full sentence and Streamlabs says no? I don't know why. Hold on, Hell Maiden though, and this one's Hell Maiden. Ready! Ready! Ooh, one of the ones that I saw was a freaking what's that one? Some ribbon? It wasn't Ribbon Girl, was it? That's a character from ARMS. How did I get that? Freaking that one. Shoot, you know. The one magical. What's the one with that girl that was like, it's coming on Netflix. Oh, wait. I think Come on, give me the name. I know what it is. I know what it is. Give me the name, please. Princess Knight. Princess Knight. Now, obviously, I've never watched Princess Knight, but I know that it's coming out with a Netflix. I wouldn't call it a revival because, man, it's been like so long anyways. It's something completely different at this point, but it looks beautiful. I need to watch it. Dante's design is super good. I'd buy it all immediately. I need to buy merch in general. What's the soap finger, by the way? Okay. Alright, new folks. This is Lotion Man. This goes way back. I read a Reddit story before, and it was about this lady that she was making some stupid joke to her husband, and she took some lotion and she gave the finger like hair and eyes and a smiley face and was like, "Look, it's Lotion Man," and he just drove the fuck off. It's more complicated than that, but basically, oh shoot, why are there two of them? Why are there two of you? Thank you for subscribing anyways, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I have a Ren and Ryuga figure and a Rika figure. I also have Higurashi too. Ooh, nice! I need merch in general. Isn't it based on Tezuka's Princess Knight? Yeah. Yeah, dare I say, kind of looking at things? Come on, LGBT icon right there. Adventures of Sapphire, a girl who was born accidentally with the blue heart of a boy and the pink heart of a girl. She pretends to be a prince to prevent the evil Duke Duralumin from taking over the kingdom through his son Plastic. Come on, gender-bending main character. Nice gender non-conforming things. Already a gender. Princess Knight is really based if you read the manga. I need to find the panels. I have all the Higurashi when they cry. I didn't know they made manga. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, admittedly, hearing that, but I didn't know they made manga. That's really cool. Revolutionary Girl Utena, I need to kill up. That one friend who says they need to watch all these series but doesn't. I heard Utena was really good. I heard it was extremely lesbian, which is like right up my alley. Honestly, I watched a little bit of Azumanga. I was going through like a whole order. Ooh. Oh, this one I'm not touching. I didn't want to touch anything super long. It's like 50 whatever episodes. Maimemories. I make a joke still with a specific friend about a specific VTuber that was on a specific app named Momo. And I like the idea of there being like two cursed pink magical girls out there in the world. Yo, 10 is also free on YouTube in some countries? Ooh, I need to grab a VPN. Have you seen Villainous? Level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not Demon. I don't think I've heard of that. Maimemories legendary if you know the lore for the first... Dude, I know the lore. That's why I keep making jokes about it. I love the idea of Maimemories just being this cursed entity that came to life. It just like cursed the show out of sheer anger. I love that so much. Won't spoil, but Utena is one of those series you should watch more than once. Yo. Ayo. Utena's more than just Yuri, though. It is complex and fucked up. I heard that it did cover some stuff about it, like, just general abuse stuff. I don't know what in particular. I got stuff to watch. Lots of sequels keep referencing the car accident, and Momo said not letting that happen again each time. Dude. So funny. Dude, okay, during that time when the episode aired, wasn't there like a big earthquake? Like, wasn't there just like a big, angry Minky Momo earthquake? Here, I'm gonna go ahead and get stuff set up here. Yeah. So funny, man! I mean, it's not funny. If you laugh, you go to hell. Not funny. I'm looking at my start menu here. Oh, where's the Steam shortcut? Where's Steam? I'm trying to find Steam. Literally on the fucking taskbar, idiot. If you get Minky Momo. Wait a minute, wasn't that also pretty much just the origin of Truck-kun? Or I guess like one of the first super popular examples of Truck-kun. Alright, there we go. Setting this up, setting this up. What do you mean one of the achievements is called Not Easy Being Green? Oh, yo! Hold on, what was that name there? Ah, frick, I couldn't read it. Thank you for subscribing, though. I really appreciate it. Yeah, kinda. Here, you know what? I'm gonna make you shut the fuck up here. And I'm gonna move here. And, come over here. Where are you? Where are you? Ah. Sorry, I got really big because Lily's well was really small. There we go. There we go. I think we're good. Oh yeah, that was you. Hey, were we playing a scary game? Yeah, it's really slow burn scary. Like, all these chapters are really, really slow burn, but I think we're finally getting tense. It, like, slowly builds up. Admittedly, like, the first few chapters were really what we played board games and got our curry fucked up. I'm here on both Twitch and YouTube. Hell yeah, straight up Maimu maxing in here. Alright. I think wait a minute, one more thing. One more thing. This one's personal to me. I've been trying to find my niche. And I'm trying to look more into horse racing stuff. Bro, fucking journalism retired. They had to retire journalism, man. He didn't even get to run in the classics. I'm so sad, man. First few chapters as if we are only on episode 2. Yeah, I did this to myself. I'm brute forcing through this because I did this to myself. Dude, I feel so bad. I'm just so glad he won his last race, bro. It just hurt my heart. He was supposed to go back in the Breeders' Cup Classics before he retired, but man, 6 viewers? What the fuck is going on? What are you people doing here? Hi. Oh man, that makes me sad. Oh yeah, I got another copy of Tachyon and Light Hello's SSR today with like 3 10 pulls. Ooh, hell yeah. I will say, I did my free 10 pull, and second arc out of 8 main story arcs. Yeah, we're suffering in this house. I will say, I did my free 10 pull, I think like yesterday, and I ended up getting the Agnes Tachyon card. And then I also had 3 card scouting ticket things. And then I ended up getting the Light Hello scenario card. Honestly though, I mean, I'm happy to have the scenario card, but I'm also still just borrowing a max level card because I know I'm going to end up getting the best effects just for the scenario. I'll leave if you want me to. No! Stay! I said it before and I'll say it again. Each stream is another step closer to Umineko, my goat. Oh, yeah. Slowly inching. Much like Higurashi, we're in a very, very slow burn. Many, many more arcs that are either bonus or silly contained arcs and separate stories. I know I've read, like, after-party chapters. No leaving. Yeah, don't forget, you're here forever. Okay. I say we get this party started. Let's see. We are on chapter 5. And unlike Higurashi, we... Oh god. Back in my head. Alright, folks. Let's play. The chains are too tight and the story is too... For real, for real. I'm gonna be honest. I was VOD scrubbing for some short ideas, and I want to like that very last episode of chapter 1. This is embarrassing to admit, but like I ended up sticking pretty much through the whole VOD watching the chapter 1 climax again of my own stream. Just because I was really intrigued with the pacing of the story. I'm not stroking my ego. It was Higurashi, it was not me. Okay. Me and Lotion Man are settled. Chapter 5. Let's go. Read and peek. Whew. Higurashi when they peek. I knew we wouldn't be doing any club activities after school today before Mion even said anything. Ooh. Go stroke it. In the live stream, straight up stroking it. And by it, let's just say, my ego. I knew we wouldn't be doing any club activities after school today before Mion even said anything. I'd been invited over by Shion. I'm getting a little bit nervous about it, but hey, hell yeah. For an all-you-can-eat dessert. Bro, he got it in the bag. I can't believe it. It only took 2 chapters and 5 chapters of the chapters. I made a point of leaving half my lunch uneaten. My expectations would only be rivaled by my hunger. Dude, honestly, mood. Oh, by the way, let me know if my mic is thumping. I do a little bit of fidgeting. I know I said do, haha. I know I do a little bit of fidgeting. I want to make sure that the mic does not thump. I put it in a different position this time around, though. So we should be okay. Is the voice acting in this game? Oh, shoot! Fucker, motherfucker, frickin' fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Keep having to, like, manually change the audio source for some reason whenever I use the capture. Because my life is pain, and everything is suffering. I guess it was obvious. Yeah, no shit, it was obvious to everyone else. Rena had questioned me with a happy look. That's right, why don't I invite Rena for dessert as well? Bro, No, if I recall correctly, Shion said something about having a ticket. At worst, the restaurant might be admission by ticket only today. If that was the case, then having Rena be turned away at the door would result in the worst feeling ever. Music's back. Yeah, music's back because I'm a little chud that doesn't know technology. Actually, I know technology. I just hate technology.
ちょっとしたラッキーでさ。明日報告してやるよ。レナン、きっと羨ましがるぜ。
Oh no. I am bad at streaming. Bro, Keiichi is the type of guy to invite a third person to the dude. I have a fuck-ass mic. Dude, thank you. Fuck-ass mic. Gang, rise up. Actually, I don't have a bad one. I don't have any kind of like Shure mic or anything, but I think I guess I can say this and sound professional. I did ask my manager about maybe just double checking my mic settings. They're at off-kai right now though. But I might have to do just like a little poke later on. Don't make him answer that. You? I wonder what Rena would think of the. Oh, God. Those weird ass uniforms. Nah. They'd definitely be a critical hit. Like, if you listen to my streams, I have like the Xbox gamer mic. Oh, man. Dude, if you go on OBS, it's easy to find tutorials online on what kind of stuff that you can use to make it sound better, because usually if you do it without the filters, you're basically gonna have like echoey, hissy, all over the place stuff. But there's tutorials online. You can definitely figure out how to tweak it for your own stuff just to make it better. Sometimes all it takes is just having some good effects or like good filter adjustments to make your mic really a lot better. Ooh, sorry. It sounds that bad. Dude, I feel like I also sound like a 12-year-old on the Xbox gamer mic. Sometimes I feel like I sound like a little child that somebody thinks is gonna drop a slur at any second. Bro who has a Go XLR. What the fuck is my... I don't have a Go XLR. Or do I? I don't know anymore.
多分かなり可愛いかも。
Don't start this. Okay, whoever localized it as Jelly Jelly deserves, like, a little medal. Don't sell yourself short. You're at least 16. No. Oh. I had somebody at my work before. No, I don't think it was somebody at my work. I think it might have been like a customer or something. I think he asked if when I was gonna graduate high school. I'm like, bro, I'm like mid-20s and also you have to be 18 or above to work at my store in the first place. Like, dude. Jump scare.
あれ？ひょっとして2月くらい前にエンジェルモードで三角くじとか引いた？
That is oddly specific, but yay.
おいおい、俺は2月前にはまだ転校してきてないぞ。
ああ、そっか。じゃあエンジェルのデザートフェスタでもないし。みーちゃん、エンジェルのデザートフェスタって何かな？
I'm late 20s and stores card me after shave. I don't think I look young. I think the kids just look old. Dude, it's been a weird phenomenon. Dude, people look... It's been this weird thing with like Gen Z and maybe millennials that apparently like people getting in their 30s are just like 30s and 40s are just looking younger. They're just like that. We're just built different.
ほら、沖宮の駅前の正面にエンジェルモートっていうファミレスがあるじゃない？あそこではね、季節の変わり目に新デザートのお披露目イベントをやるんだよ。 それが今日でね。あ、言っても無駄だよ。9時当選者以外は入店できない貸し切りデーだから。
Mion explained once again what Shion explained to me last night. Thank you for the refresher.
レナも今度からお店に通ってみよう。頑張って9時を当てて次のデザート食べ放題を狙うの。頑張れ。ちなみに聞いた話だと、当選くじはマニア垂涎のプラチナチケットで、闇で
Oh,
は
of course, we still got
高く取引されてる
scalpers.
なんて噂が。
Age is a mindset. If you're young at heart, it reflects on the outside. Just like in the SpongeBob movie. Here, I'm gonna poke you down so you don't get in the way. Here, move on this other side. You lovely, lovely lotion boy. Hearing that story, I felt even more appreciative of the ticket that Shion had procured from me. I just thought I was lucky to be able to eat dessert for free, but it turned out that the ticket was much more valuable. The number of things I had to thank Shion for had increased again.
ありがとな。そんなに価値があるものなんて、俺全然知らなくて。
I whispered in a voice that only Mion could hear. That was how I conveyed my feelings. Mion looked at me for a moment before she tilted her head to the side and smiled confusedly.
何？なんか言った？
It would be a problem if you said something to me right now. The smile seems to be telling me as much. Your bro is just like head and ass at all times. I guess Mion wouldn't be accepting any gratitude while she was Mion. I'll go to the restaurant. Today, I'll thank Mion when she's Shion. Bro. Face, head, in ass. Probably a little bit of his shoulders, too.
じゃ、おじさんはこの辺で失礼するわ。今日のバイトはちょっとハードなんだよな。じゃあね。
Later old fart. Mion waved her hand energetically as she left.
ねえ、ケイチくん。なんだかみーちゃん、最近変なの。浮かれてるっていうか、嬉しそうっていうか。
そうなのか？
Rena was pretty sharp when it came to these type of things. To me, Mion seemed the same as always, but Rena apparently felt something different. Tangentially related, but I feel like I'd just be terrified if I dated someone who has a twin, at least until like...
ケイチくんは知らないのかな？てっきり知ってるのかなって思って。
Hello again. Yo, what's up? Pepper Dream Surfer, what's up? How you doing? We're reading some Higurashi again. His thumb joint hurted. Rena's skirt fluttered as she spun around with a coy smile. You would notice that first.
知ってるって、俺が何を？
Dude, bro noticed the skirt floating in the air before he noticed her smile. Says a lot about men. I was obviously weaseling my way out of the question, but I wasn't lying. Honestly, I didn't really know what was going on. Why did Shion, persona of Mion that she'd created, appear before? Every time I read something like that, I just want to strangle him. Something's blatantly up, but Rena paid no heed.
じゃあ何なんだろうね。
He's the kind of guy to go on a date with another girl and still stare at another girl's legs, for real.
でも、みーちゃんが機嫌いいと、レナも嬉しいよ。
Saying that, she spread her arms wide and spun around happily. I didn't know why, but Rena was in a really good mood. Gion is a persona of Mion as this Kingdom Hearts. You think there's more going on? There's more going on. I have a wonderful tool known as me observing a bit more of the outside media and having a little bit of dramatic irony. So infectious, I had to smile too. Even the chirping of the cicadas seemed joyful.
でもね。
Rena abruptly stopped spinning. Her expression had returned to a more somber one.
兄ちゃんね、つい最近ね、すごく傷つけられたの。
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Can't allow Keiichi to have romantic success, not in a million billion years. Dude, for real, he is just predisposed to be single forever.
傷つけって、え?
Okay, boys, lock the fuck in. We're getting serious now. Lock the fuck in. Stay calm. The thing that Rena was talking about probably wasn't physical.
はじめはあまり気にしてないふりをしてたけど、怪我と同じ。だんだん腫れてきた。じんじん腫れてきた。とうとう痛みがこらえられなくなって、夜中に目を覚ました。そして、レナに電話してきたの。
Why are you telling me
姉ちゃんは
this?
泣いてた。
Why are you telling me this?
ごめん。それ、何の話だよ。
何の話？レナは今、何か話をしてたのかな
No.
おい、そんなとぼけ方するなよ。今、レナは。
知らない。
Don't you say anything, you really
レナは何も知らないよ。
I wonder.
はう。
Rena spun as she laughed innocently. Eventually, she appeared to get sick. She steadied herself with her hand against the wall. No, I'm just imagining this girl trying to be really intimidating and then playing dumb and stumbling around like an idiot.
バカだな。調子に乗ってぐるぐる回ってるからだよ。
Rena's the kind of girl to fake post about her friends' issues. Yeah. Mion was on the phone crying. What the heck are you talking about? I don't want to talk about it.
ごめん。気持ち悪いかも。
You suddenly feel sick after talking about something and then you're playing dumb and ooh. I'll lend the ditz a shoulder to lean on. To be stumbling around like a newborn foal at this age is actually quite a feat. And in a good mood only babbled incoherently after that. Right. I laughed as I responded to and chided her. However, the chance to revisit that heavy topic Rena had brought up before never arrived. How convenient. Higurashi. Never let Rena know your secrets. This town will know by sundown. Dude, this town's a fucking hive mind. I'm scared. As soon as I got home, I tossed aside my school bag and changed in a hurry. Effects of only having a light lunch were starting to show. My stomach began to let out fickle growls. Dude, bro is just ogre capping that shit. Alright, let's go. To Angel Mort. Time to face the land of endless dessert. Preparations for battle are complete. No, I'm just imagining him. He bagged a chick for once, and they're talking, and then the whole time he's just talking about, oh, I really enjoy the cake here. I enjoy the cheese. I'm quite fond of the cheesecake. Tally ho. Oh my god, he's never getting anything. Angel Mort had a decidedly different feel to it compared to yesterday. Dessert Festa today. Admittance by reservation only. Nonetheless, the front of the store was being swarmed over by a dozen young men. Judging by how they were looking upwards in jealousy instead of entering the store, they weren't invitees. Why would they gather here if they knew they couldn't get in? I found out the answer when I passed through the crowd and began to climb the steps to enter the restaurant. Juriki, thank you for lurking! Yay!
チケットを持ってるのか。ああ。まあな。ラッキーだったんだ。
As soon as I said that, I was immediately mobbed. It was like being in the middle of a football scrum on a crowded train. What was going on? The reason was this. It wasn't just one ticket per person. One ticket could let up to 4 people inside.
そうだったのか。ますますレナや他のみんなを誘ってやるべきだった。
I feel like that would have ended up worse
親
somehow.
切にありがとう。でも今の話は聞かなかったことにするよ。
Cruel. With that uplifting smile, I turned and ignored them. When I did, their arms all reached out at once, like the souls of the damned seeking succor.
その4名様までのお供にぜひ俺たちを
Rushing at a classmate? The town knows. Added too much wasabi to your meal? The town knows. Took a little too long in the shower before heading out? The town knows. Selfish people. This was the only reason they were crowded in front of the restaurant. Dozens of wretched arms reached out for me like the teeth of a giant rake and grasped at the air. I was already climbing the stairs to the entrance.
なんて身軽なやつ
That's what I'm fucking saying, dude.
取り押さえろ
This isn't something to joke about. Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? I flew up the rest of the stairs and threw myself inside the restaurant. It's like bringing gum to school. Dude, for real. It's like I entered a different world. Urinal, the town, no. Dude, no. I'm imagining this. Keiichi takes out like a piece of gum at school, and then suddenly you have people like driving halfway across the city, and they're in there is like, hey, can I have some gum? I saw you had some gum, can I have some? The miserable throng of the damned hurled curses at me from the other side of the glass door. Gonna try to count all the fumbles. The fumbles Keiji makes on this date. We will judge his fate after. Please do. I need a fumble counter. But inside of this completely soundproofed and air-conditioned restaurant, with the angelic smile of a waitress to welcome me, were nothing more than a refreshing piece of scenery. I knew that I shouldn't laugh, but I began to let out a sinister cackle.
いらっしゃいませ。エンジェルモートへようこそいらっしゃいました。本日はデザートフェスタにつき、チケットのお客様のみの貸し切りになっております。チケットとご方面をお伺いしてもよろしいでしょうか。
チケットはないけど、名簿に名前があると思います。前原です。
前原。あった。失礼ですが、フルネームでお伺いしてよろしいですか。
圭一です。前原圭一。
大変失礼いたしました。特別招待の前原圭一様ですね。お席へご案内いたします。どうぞこちらへ。
Hooray, dessert! The mood inside the room was incredibly heated. Booths were packed to the brim, and in their prime were stuffing their faces with dainty desserts that didn't suit them at all. It was rather an unnerving spectacle. Soon, after I was shown to my seat, Shion arrived.
いらっしゃいませ。
That freaking outfit. I want to draw my character in the outfit. But also, I don't. But also, I do. Maybe I should draw Nacho in it. I did kind of want to draw some friends in the Higurashi style. I really enjoyed doing it for myself.
ようこそエンジェルモートへ。
よしよ。
Yes,
今日は本
outfits.
当にありがとうな。
Keep spelling Keiichi with only 2 eyes. I'm a LARPer. Higurashi when they LARP.
世話になりに来たぜ。
Eureka figurine is the Angel Mort outfit? Oh, that's actually really cool! Honestly, the Angel Mort outfits are like really fucked and weird. But also, I kinda like them in a way. It's weird.
ちょっと遅かったから心配しました。
Here, you know what? Let me do this again. This looks a little less fucked. This just looks wrong.
でも来てくれて嬉しいです。
It may have been because the other customers were around that her tone was less casual, but she still capped off that welcome with her usual brilliant smile.
見ての通り、今日はお客さんがすっごいんで、定時に抜けさせてもらえるかちょっと自信がないんです。
Darn.
私の仕事が終わるまでのんびりしててくださいね。
This may be fumble number 1 for real. Personally, I think the outfit's a bit too much for my taste. It's too much, but it's this weird charm that I can't explain. Maybe it's just that weird, I don't know, like cheap early 2000s kind of charm.
終わったら一緒に遊びに行きましょうね。
Oh? Whispering just that last part into my ear, Shion winked and returned to the kitchen. Maybe it was because the mood in the restaurant was so heated, but Shion seemed a bit bolder. Even a small change in her mannerisms was enough to send my heart aflutter.
お待たせしました。
While I was overwhelmed by the atmosphere inside the restaurant, orders from the new summer menu were carried out one after another. Every single one was extravagantly huge. I get it. You can eat all of these amazing things for free. No wonder a ticket was worth its weight in gold. I need some. On top of that, all of it was plenty delicious. Dishes with a general appeal to insane ones aimed at a specific audience. There were absolutely no gaps in their repertoire.
どう考えても一人で食う量じゃないかもしれないな。まあそれは置いておいて。
Didn't feel relaxing in here at all. Probably because the fervor inside this restaurant was clearly abnormal. Wait, what the fuck? He got a free meal? Yeah, Shion gave him the meal ticket. Shion gave him a meal ticket, and now he is stuck waiting and waiting like a little beta. All the other booth seats were crammed with groups of 4, and now he's stuck in a restaurant with a bunch of sweaty men who really just like ogling at women. Yeah, see? Sleazy men were gorging like pigs on cutely decorated desserts, and it wouldn't have been a surprise if they started licking the plates. It was more than a little unsettling. Does this count as a fumble? I wouldn't say that this is like a fumble, but this is just like a fumble at life. Which is pretty much an everyday thing, admittedly. It piqued my interest, so I started listening in on their conversation and what things I heard. Oh god, no. No, no, no. Don't do it, no.
エンジェルモード萌え。
僕ですか。
お
当選チケットは秘密ルートから7万で購入したっつ。
職場には親戚の葬式でと言ったにゃ
What
り
the
よ。
fuck?
エンジェルは制服が最高にゃり。
ウェイトレスさん、水とかズボンにこぼしてフキフキとかしてくれないかにゃー。にゃーにゃエンジェルモートのフィギュアが今度発売されるらしいでござるな。次のイベントは要注意でござる。
そうそう、今度大手フィギュアメーカーが商品化を決めたそうであります。発売日は要チェックなのであります。
Losing it here.
しかし大人買いするには種類が多すぎるのでごわすな。普通のファミレス制服のフィギュアなら10種類程度でごわすのに、今度のはシークレットポーズ差分込みでざっと100種類。
Oh my god.
ダブった時は誰かトレードしてもらいたいでおじゃる。ファンとしては即日コントは義務。いや、君と僕とのディスティニーでおじゃるよ。
Run! Words spilling out of their mouths were pretty much all incomprehensible jargon. All of these men need to be put in a facility. They still keenly conveyed that hidden behind them was an invisible aura of abnormality. Yeah, let's call it that. That's what we'll call it. That's what we'll call it.
お待たせしました。次のデザートは南国風シナモンのアバンチュールでございます。
That looks yummy.
どうかなさいましたか？
あ、いえ。なんかこう、今日の店内は雰囲気が違うなと。
うちのお店、その道の方々にはかなり有名らしいんです。まあ、そういう狙いのお店ですから、いいんですけどね。
What do you mean you were aiming for that?
でもイベントの日のお客様はちょっと濃いめの方が多いんで困っちゃいます。
Waitress informed me quietly with a wry
な
smile.
んかお客の人たちも血走ってて、ハイエナみたいですよね。今日のお客さんのほとんどはかなり遠方から無理してきてるみたいですからね。そういう方々ってハメを外しやすいんでちょっと怖いんです。
Oh yes, of course, self-control.
ちゃんとガードを固めておかないと大変なんですから。
What did she mean by keep your guard? Dude, these are the type of guys that will very easily go up to a waitress and just grope their boobs. I posted pics of my Higurashi merch in the the Discord chat. Ooh, nice, nice. Oh, by the way, anyone peeking in? If you haven't joined my Discord, it's available. Bro, if my meal was called Love Affair and I wasn't eating with my girl, I'd feel mega weird about it. Bro, I'm a fat pig. I don't care if it's a love affair. At that moment, a large crash resounded through the room. Oh, God. I turned around, startled, to see that a waitress had fallen down and spilled the order she was— Don't. Wait. Isn't that Shion? Oh, God, is this gonna happen again?
すみませんでした。そのお召し物は、
なんてことするにゃり。某ジーンズ専門店で
No, 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 no. The hell is that? Somebody who just met with disaster, he seemed— No, no, don't.
これはひどいですにょ。
Don't.
ウェイトレスさんが精神誠意ふきするしかないでござるにょ。
I feel horrid. I feel gross and disgusting inside. I feel like there are parasites, like, growing and festering in my organs. The conversation suddenly veered off in yeah, odd. This is just odd. Hey, what did he say? Wipey? Did he want Shion to wipe him down? Right over that obviously aberrant—
でも、私。
ふき。
Is he a fucking child? Is he 5? The wipey chant quickly spread throughout the room. Totally cornered, Shion went pale. She looked over to a more experienced waitress for help, but was only met with a head shaking out of pity. Can we do that thing we did before where we activated the hive mind? $18 pants is pretty good by today's standards. Dude, true. Incels spotted. Dude, there's a lot of them in here.
園崎さん、足を引っ掛けられたんですね。
Aha! It was on purpose.
ああやってわざと衣服を汚させて絡んでくるお客が最近多いん
Kick
です。
him the fuck out, bro.
足を引っ掛けてだって？じゃあ今のあれも事故じゃなくて恋？
That's what that means, man.
メインの女の子は十分気をつけてますから、絶対ああはならないんですけど、園崎さんは短期バイトだからまだガードが甘くて、今日のお客様たちにも早々に見破られちゃったみたいで、朝から
店長とかは何やってんだよ。 あんな不良な客は追い出せよ。
Dude, for real, this is one of the first things he said that's made sense. You know, he could be the Giga Chad hero if he wanted to. He could just jump in and, like, help. Oh, I guess there's no light. We're in the service industry, so there's not much we can do about it. She laughed as she said that in a resigned tone. Shion trembled uncontrollably with a dishcloth in her hands as she turned bright red. The man who had been doused in frosting splayed out on the bench. When the dream government sent over his Raja's display. She's still mentally unprepared. Her trembling hand inched forward, goaded on by onlookers. Did we get the wipey wipey chant in the anime? I don't think we got the wipey wipey chant. From my male point of view, it might have been a ridiculous spectacle I could just smile wryly at. But from a woman's point of view, this was obviously pure humiliation. Dude, Keiichi has unlocked sympathy. Remember when you said we had to lock in because the horror was starting? I mean, am I wrong? Now the OG anime cut this whole scene, but it is in the sequel anime? Oh my god. When I was trapped by those thugs and had been paralyzed with fear, Shion fearlessly stood up to them to save me. Still, as humiliating as it was, Shion was also partly to blame for this, and it wasn't as though her life was at stake, right? Even these guys, they were just gonna jeer at her in a bit of a lewd situation. It's not like they were gonna eat Shion alive or anything. It'd be alright if I just consoled her afterwards.
私だって怖かったですよ。でも他ならぬケイちゃんのピンチだし。
I think sometimes it works differently. Sometimes the things you do for yourself versus the things you do for other people can kind of conflict.
勇気出して頑張りましたってことです。
The OG anime cut a lot of scenes. Okay, maybe the wipey wipey scene did deserve to be cut. That might have been one of the good cuts. And I, a man, was being assailed by 3 thugs while paralyzed with fear. Shion saved me without a second thought. Not now. These sleazy, filthy degenerates were trying to pin the blame on Shion. This time, our roles were reversed. Hey, Keiichi Maebara. If you don't save her now, when will you be able to repay the debt you owe her? Scared, Keiichi Maebara? That time, Mion, didn't even show a hint of hesitation. But what about now? Not hesitating. Then what? You're not hesitating, then why are you helping her? I actually really like the writing in this section. Dude, don't say it like that, man. Exactly. Get out of here before I get... Keiichi's gonna say his angry word. He's kind of misogynistic, but his heart's in the right place. That's called 3-dimensional. He's actually looking outwards and realizing the situation is uncomfortable, and analyzing things, and figuring out what the hell he should do. I like that. That's dimension.
ケイちゃん。
そのスタッフが世のオズボンに粗相したのでござるよ。
Yonder waitress was the one who wet my pants.
お仕置きが必要なのはてめえの方だ。男なら能書き吐くな。腕で物を言ってみろ。
Oh god, no. Thud, smash. My body was lifted into the air like nothing. I was thrown right back into my own seat. This guy is strong. No matter how you look at it, athletic, and this lardo were even in the same area code. Don't call people lardos. Oh man, Keiichi has more positive points than negatives on the date right now. Dude, for real. Dude, the thing that matters is how he handles it after. As long as he doesn't act like some protector white knight, we might be in the clear.
オタクは意外にマイナーな武道を得得していることが多いでござるから甘く見ると大変でござるよ。
I mean, you guys are here right now. Can you confirm? Can you confirm if you guys know martial arts? The man smirked, showing off his gum line.
ケイちゃん、大丈夫？
Damn it! How lame must I look right now? I mean, probably look a bit more lame than you usually do, but...
シオンは足を引っ掛けられたんだろう。向こうが悪いんだから突き上がらせることなんかないぞ。
そうだけど、でもやっぱり悪いのは私だし。
I'm thinking in my head.
もう一度だ。
I'm not gonna say anything, but...
いくぞー。
Snap, thud, crash!
これくらいでへこたれるケイイチ様だと思うなよ。
I just realized too, these are grown-ass, probably like 20, 30-something greasy otakus that are beating up a child. I've never seen the show, but I hope the girl doesn't get angry for being put in the spotlight because of a fight at work. Yeah. I mean, she's been angry before and there have been some very weird consequences of it, so... Always beat up the child. Okay, this is the one scenario where maybe he doesn't deserve to be beat up.
口ほどにもないでござるの。
まだまだ。
I get the strategy if he's looking enough like a stupid idiot man. Rise my will to fight. Not just running. I planted every one of my steps firmly as I closed the distance to the lard bowl. Each time I ripped my foot off the floor, I could feel my burning spirit flare up from the point of impact. Everything slowed down like I was walking underwater. As I stepped forward in that vicious flow of time, calmly measured the gap between us. With our difference in height, reach was my ultimate advantage. There was an ever so tiny distance between us where only my punch would be able to reach. I unleashed my iron fist of righteous anger. But it flew towards his face slowly, like I was punching underwater. Reacting to that, with a smirk on his face, the fatso easily slipped inside of my punch. I didn't realize it until now, but this mired time, I was able to observe his baffling counterattack with almost painful clarity. His arm slowly swung around in a large windmill motion, wrapped around my whiffed punch, and descended in an arc. That arm swung around like the arms of a clock. Came into contact with my head, twisting my upper body around. Dragging my heel along, he followed through with another rotation. This time, he rotated his entire body like a top, followed by another rotation. Remember the manager is just watching? I didn't even think about that. Combining defense and offense, it was a brilliant counter. That's right, 3 times. I was thrown after 3 rotations, I think. Dude, are we decoding fucking Mike Tyson's Punch-Out over here? What are we doing? This vicious region of time. It was an evil struggle. I could only be dumbstruck until the moment I was thrown. The moment I was, the sluggish temporal anomaly abruptly ended. Cringe.
修行が足りないでござるよ。ヤングメン。
Say it like that. I was loath to admit it. But against somebody trained in martial arts, I couldn't win through force of will alone. After my consciousness faded into a wave of dizziness, I came to. I was lying down in my own seat.
怪我しなくてよかったですね。
More experienced waitress from before wiped the sweat from my brow with a towel. Did he get kicked out? While she was doing that, a red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over. How's the young man like the Franklin? Young man?
大丈夫ですか？私なんかのためにすみませんでした。
俺こそ役に立たなくてすまん。俺喧嘩って勝ったことないし。
私のために助けに来てくれただけで嬉しかったです。
Fumble number 1. Admitting that he has never won a fight in his life, implying that he has gotten himself mercilessly beat up by people multiple times. I count that as fumble number 1.
本当ですよ。それだけでも今日はケイちゃんに来てもらえてよかったかなって。
I will say, it is weird that she didn't react like before. Let me keep that in the back of my head, but it might not mean anything. But it might mean something. But it might not. As she said that, she stuck her tongue out teasingly. She wiped off the whipped cream with the washcloth she was holding in her hands. I don't know, that also means he knew he'd get beat, but still wouldn't anyways. True.
園崎さん、R 入ってもいいですよ。あと 1,2 時間でしょ。いいんです。バイトとはいえお給料もらってる身ですから、時間内はちゃんと働きたいんです。だから本当お気遣いなく。
Dude, resilient. She couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never even think for a second that Mion could be that weak. Shion? She had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. Hey, we up, she not angy. Jeez? That was reality.
ケイちゃんは気にしないでデザートいっぱい食べててくださいね。
Yay!
一
Eat
通り食べ終
food.
わったらアンケートを書いてもらいますので。じゃあ私ホールに戻りますね。
After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile from Shion, the other waitress started to head back to work. Why is she blushing? I don't know. I don't know. That's where I stopped her.
すいません、ウェイトレスさん。電話借りたいんですけど。
Eh?
電話ですか？
Yonku Denwa.
レジ横にございますよ。ご案内いたします。
I pulled a 10-yen coin from my wallet. This wasn't about saving face. My being a worthless coward was an unchangeable fact. Ain't that the truth? But I could just cry myself to sleep about that later tonight. Okay, that's my motto. Now was not the time for tears. I had to
確
fight.
かチケット1枚で4人まで OK なんですよね。
Oh?
あと3人呼んでもいいんですよね。
Oh?
ええ、そうですけど、
Oh?
一応名簿に書きますので、お名前を伺ってもよろしいですか？
I turned around, glared at the greasy hooligan who subjected They didn't get kicked out? The hardball is banned. He said they were looking at the hooligan. There are 3 things that aren't working in your favor today, punk. The first is that I owe Shion. The second is that I'm a man who's not afraid to throw away his pride to win. And the third is... And we're the most powerful club members in history.
名簿には竜宮レナ、それから北条聡子、古出理香で。
Oh. Oh.
かしこまりました。受けたまわります。
Oh, shoot. I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray. Dude, bro is summoning his friends like he's the fucking Yakuza. I can bring down 1,000 foes. You bats. Dude is bringing, like, tiny little baby Rena and 2 children. This entire scene was cut. No friendship wars in any of the anime adaptations. Prepare to meet your maker. I will admit I do understand if they had to cut for time, but you want to go on the squad for a Waffle House fight? Oh no. I just realized he involved Rena of all people in the badass lard fights. No, don't.
しかもデザートまでおごってもらえるなんて僕は大感激なのです。
ああ、好きなだけ食ってくれ。俺の分なんか気にするな。
ケイチさん、茶番は結構でございますのよ。要件に入ってほしいですわ。
Rena and Rika-chan put down their forks when Satogo broached the subject. I will say, I said fragile old Rena, but goddamn, my girl can swing an axe. After looking at them for a few moments, I pressed my forehead firmly into the table.
頼む。俺の不甲斐なさを笑ってもいい。力を貸してくれ。
Three of them seemed surprised by the sudden turn of events, but nevertheless listened to what I had to say without making fun of my usual behavior.
どうしたのかな。何があったんだろう。
実はミオンの妹のシオンがこの店でバイト中なんだ。
Wait, I just realized, does this count as a fumble? Blood god. Nippa! Nippa! I just realized, does this count as a fumble? Because I'm wondering... She got, like, what, friend cucked, I'd say?
話に聞いてたみーちゃんの妹さんだね。ひょっとしてあれかな。似てるね。似てるも何も髪を下ろしただけの本人ではありませんの。
I didn't know what to say.
ケイイチがシオンだと言うからシオンなのですよ。
Huh? I wouldn't call it a fumble. Okay. I'm wondering if my theory from last time still stands. Partly. We'll see.
いくら双子だってあんなにうり二つになるもんなんですの。一卵性ソーセージって言ってね。
Wow, she knows big
本
words.
当にそっくりの双子ってこともあるんだって。
Rena gave the most plausible explanation, so everybody else was convinced.
納得してもらえたかな。それで本題だ。
I recounted everything that had just happened. Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customers, and the humiliation that was forced upon her. Also, how incredibly pathetic. Am I back? It disconnected for like 10 seconds there. I need to figure out what's going on there. This is like... Are we in hell? Stream died for a bit? Yeah, I saw it. It said it disconnected. I'm just like, why does this keep happening? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're brute force it. We brute force through everything. We're good, we're good, we're good.
ケイチ君は 変なプライドなんかよりしーちゃんを助けることを選んだんだよ。ふん、情けないですこと。
Are you on Wi-Fi or Ethernet? I'm on... Lagging a bit, you're back? Okay, yeah, good. I am on... I have a Wi-Fi extender, but the Wi-Fi extender also has an Ethernet port that I have plugged in. Higurashi, too powerful. I get too many of them. Wi-Fi is more prone to packet loss, and that can cause it. Yeah, I have Ethernet, but it is connected to the Wi-Fi extender, so it might be that. I don't have any other Ethernet cord in this room, so I had to do that. That is my sad little baby workaround. This follow-up stung a bit, but I could only be thankful that she understood. Satoko was calling me all sorts of names, but there were no malign intentions behind her words.
で、僕たちは何をするですか?
Voice was monotone, but there was a hint of resolve in her words. I replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve.
まあ、そんなところだと思ってましたわ。圭一さん一人には少々荷が重すぎますもの。
じゃあ助けてくれるのか？
当然だよ、圭一くん。私たちは誰がいじめられても助けに行くよ。
I forgot how the fit just makes Satoko look like a tiny woman. Yeah, it kinda does. I remember when I was cornered by those thugs. Shion had said about the strong feeling of solidarity in Hinamizawa really began to hit home. However, Keiichi Maebara. Now is not the time to get choked up with tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight.
恩に切る。
一人で頑張ったけど、歯が立たなくてかわいそうです。
Alright, rub it in a little more. Rika-chan gently pat my head for me. There was no mindless pity in the palm of that hand. It was overflowing with strong, dependable feeling of leave the rest to us. I'm realizing this could go either really, really good or really, really bad.
もろもろの都合によりミオンは参戦できないので臨時に俺が指揮を取る。作戦内容はシオンの護衛と敵勢力の殲滅。
Hey Maimu, how come the banner is all pixelated? Banner... Oh... You'll see.
敵って誰かな？いっぱいいるのかな？
現時刻以降シオンにちょっかいを出そうとする全個人全勢力を敵と認める。当選規定はなし。報酬は今食ったデザート。質問はあるか？
Everybody had already entered club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff, clamoring around inside the restaurant like predators stalking their prey from the darkness. Can't believe my DLC locked again. Oh god, no. Rika-chan held up her
なんだ
hand.
いリカちゃん。
手加減は必要ですか？
Oh no.
不要に決まってますわ。ミオさんの妹に狼藉を働く輩に手加減なんか不要ですの。いいんですね、圭一。
Wait, what the heck? I need to buy DLC. No, we have optional DLC in this house. Rika-chan was serious. She was really ready to pretty much murder someone. I've never seen her try to murder anybody before in my life. Ah, I'm counting on you, Rika-chan.
全責任は俺、前原圭一が取る。蹴散らしてやれ。
Send the children.
よし、レナも頑張るぞ。
すまん。よろしく頼む。
圭一さん、そんなに力まなくても大丈夫ですのよ。まあ、ご覧遊ばせ。圭一さんがそのパフェを食べ終わる頃にはお掃除は終わってましたよ。ではみんな、頑張りましょうですよ。ファイト、おーです。
I don't understand how Mr. Sexual Harassment even stayed in the restaurant in the first place, but... Thus, the most powerful warband in the world had ever known, trained by Mion, began to move. I was the oldest, the only boy, and behaved like a leader. When you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. Okay, yeah, toot your horn. Individually, everyone besides me had terrifying combat capabilities. Yeah. All of them combined their strengths to protect Shion. I couldn't even imagine. I was probably about to witness something terrible, awe-inspiring.
園崎さん、7番テーブルにデラックスパフェを5つお願いします。
Audio Wordio? Audio? Audio? Audio good? Audio?
あ、はい。
Shion carried the orders to the tables. Shion to carry all 5 parfaits without wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have the breathing room to pay attention to her feet.
どうしよう。また来たでござるよ。
Oh no, stop him in.
今度はミーのおズボンにぶっかけさせて、一層念入りに吹き吹きしてもらうにより。
It was the same wipey scheme that had occurred just a short time earlier. This time, another one of them was trying to out for himself. The very depravity of these men was itself a full-out attack.
圭一よりレナへ。5、6番テーブル付近で待ち伏せだ。レナ、聞こえてるか？
お店の制服かわいいね。はう、お持ち帰り。
Dude, lock in! Shion, her bottom swaying while carrying the parfaits, was being chased by an equally swaying Rena. She was supposed to be escorting Shion, but Rena was instead transfixed by the back of a uniform. From a normal point of view, it was probably like having a fox guard a hen house. When it comes to Rena, things are different.
怪異状態。シンクロ率 120%。勝ったな。
あの状態のレナさんには地球上のどんな物理法則も通用しませんわ。
Shion's legs, unsteady and defenseless, were being targeted by those sleaze
待
bags.
てござるよ。同志諸君。
世界の輝ける明星に
No!
偉大なる総統閣下万歳
Shut up! No! 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 Stop! You lost the war! You lost the war! A leg snaked out to trip Shion's defenseless feet. Egads. 3 of them at once. Thap, thap, thap.
もう本当
Happened in an instant. The 3 fools writhed in pain as their legs bent at unnatural angles. Gonna head out and grab dinner? See you later! Have a good one. Have a good evening. Get some good food.
これは何事でござるか？
Predator teetered into view and gave them a warning.
おいたはダメなんだよ。
She broke their
メだよ、
toes.
メ。レナがお持ち帰りするから、メ。
この小娘神妙な技を
Human scum clutched at their bruised ankles as they passed out.
さすがはレナさん。いつ見ても恐ろしいキレですわね。
ああ、絶対的なガードだ。
Wow, the consequences of my actions. For real,
半
man.
径2メートル以内で行われるシオンへのあらゆる攻撃をレナは完全なカウンターで粉砕する。
As Shion was making her rounds through the restaurant, there were people here and there collapsing with welts on their legs and hands.
はう。レナよりケイチ君へ。もうしーちゃんにちょっかい出す人はいないよ。だからもうお持ち帰り。
Wait, no, don't
圭一よりレナへ。
losing the plot.
ご苦労だった。引き続き護衛を続けてくれ。それからお持ち帰りは不可。繰り返す。お持ち帰りは不可。
じゃあ見てるだけだよ。見てるだけ。は
I guess just looking is fine. That wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess it's okay. Dude. Who would win? A god that may or may not be possessing the town or something like that? Or this shit? Anyway, thanks to this, I knew who had tried to mess with Shion. Anybody who was clutching at their arms or legs while they were writhing in agony was basically branded by their bruises.
現時刻をもって敵勢力識別を完了。次のフェーズへ移行する。ケイイチよりサトコへ。そっちはどうなってる？
サトコですわよ。どうなってるとはひどい言い方でございますわね。ケイイチさん、私を誰だと思っておいでですよ。
Sheesh. Satoko was in the kitchen. Who let the child in the kitchen? She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter, replete with ordered chits and their destinations. Was now sorting through the freshly made desserts.
ちょっとさっきから何をしてるの？まあまあ、園崎さん、いいから彼女に任せておいて。それよりもこのオーダー全部一度に行くからお願いね。
The veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after another. All the desserts that had passed through Satoko's hands were delivered at once.
かいいデザートがいっぱい来たよ。
分かってるだろうが手をつけるなよ。自分の身が大事なら。
わかってるけど。
Certainly, they were all incredibly cute-looking desserts. They were all works of art that you can enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had meddled with them, they were nothing more than unpredictable danger. Blissfully ignorant of the fact were the men now stuffing their faces. I'm scared. Almost right away, they realized that something was wrong.
サトコ、何を混ぜた？塩やタバスコってわけじゃないだろう。
あら、ケイイチさんが言ったんですのよ。
Oh no.
手加減無用って。私、こう見えても叩くときは徹底的に叩く性分でございますの。
As she said that, she twirled a dubious file in her fingers, before putting it away smartly into her pouch.
サトコより理解。お客様が行きますわよ。エスコートお願いしますわ。僕にお任せなのです。
Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter, clatter. Several men stood up suddenly from their seats, surveying the restaurant for something. Restless fidgeting. And a look of relief when they found a single placard hanging from the ceiling. Written on that placard was the word restroom. They began a mad rush in that direction. Oh god, don't do this to me, don't do this to me. It wasn't just one or two people. All the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up from their seats, clutching at their stomachs. Oh no, they gave them the poopy medicine.
さすがにがっつきすぎたでござるよ。お手洗いはどこでござるか？
僕もニャリーよ。オープンでなくクローズドの方でござる。
Diarrhea, diarrhea.
ようリプレイ外しニャリー。
Something joke about the frickin' lettuce diarrhea virus.
トイレはどこにゃ？見つけたにゃ。緊急発進スクランブルにょ。
No. I felt dirty just thinking about what Satoko probably did to their desserts. Problem was how to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the rush of men to the washroom. The narrow hallway connecting the restroom was crammed with about 10 men.
うわ、なんとしたことでござるか。
As I peered over to see what was happening... Whoa! It seemed that the toilet was clogged and flowing, unleashing a loud gurgling sound and a terrible stench. God help us all. There's no way to use it in this state. Damn that Satoko! A frightening display of power. No, this was Satoko's doing. It's not punishment. For all we know, it probably was. Yeah, they were just unlucky. I'll just apologetically ask one of the employees here to clean it up.
これでは妙が出せぬでござる。
どうしたものにゃりんか、毎同士。
I don't know who voiced those chuds, but I love it. It's a brilliant combination of traps. It would be better if there were one more push to the kicker. Seeing as it was Satoko, she wouldn't have overlooked that.
こうなっては最後の手段に
What's going on? Faced with a moral dilemma. That man only had one other option. Women's restroom.
さすがに女子トイレはまずいでござらんか。今日のお客さんに女子はいないにゃりん。
Why does he keep talking like that? I hate that.
卵でにゃりん。
はあはあ、背に腹は変えられぬ。
God, my life is fucking pain. I hate everything. I hate men. Except for you guys. You guys are cool. Other than that, if I instantly like you if you watch my content. Everybody else can die. What a brazen bunch. Oh, hold on, I think I... Oopsie poopsie. The men's sweat now pouring from their brows made a mad rush to the girls' room without any hesitation. Dude! These are the type of people where if a girl offered a drink of their water, they'd chug it down and... they'd chug it down and talk about, ooh, this is an indirect kiss, and then they get a boner.
Me?
There was a girl in there. It was Rika-chan. Men stood there frozen in various complicated poses, indicating their surprise. Rika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by the sudden turn of events. The look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Rika-chan. I should never underestimate you.
これはでござるな。まだ待て。
Me.
Stop.
男子便所がちょっとデンジャラスにゃので、ちょっとおトイレをお借りしたかっただけなのにゃ。にゃー。
Me.
I feel my brain melting.
でもやっぱりいけないことでござるよな。どうし諸君。
Just by having a girl stand there in the restroom. I never knew I could put up such an overwhelming barrier. I'm keeping an eye on my frames. My precious little baby kilobits. This was the most they could do after all. If it were a man in full club mode, for example, someone like me, they would plow through Rika-chan without a second thought. Now what are you gonna do, you fat asses? Price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid.
お困りなら僕が助けてあげてもいいのです。
片付けどうござる。 してその方法は？
お外のトイレを使えばいいのです。ご案内しますですよ。
それは助かるにゃりん。さあこのままじゃ集団って不根腕状態にゃりん。
All of that. Mika-chan, with a pleasant smile on her face, guided them with a casual stride in her step. In this race against time, slow pace was sadistic torture.
マドマーゼル、そのトイレはここから遠いでござるか？
すぐに着きますです。
Obeying Mika-chan's directions, they were about to leave the restaurant.
ケイチ君、締めだよ。ビシッと言ってね。
おうよ、
Yeah.
任せておけ。
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Get the chuds, get the chuds. I spread my arms out and blocked them as they tried to leave the restaurant.
何の真似でござるか？このデッカワンの非常時に。
悪人ども、この扉から一歩外へ出ることがどういうことになるかわかっ。
それはどういう意味にゃ？
ほら、チケットに書いてあるよ。途中体験無効って。
Whammy.
どこのおトイレに行くのも自由でございますがね。その扉を一歩でも外へ出たなら二度と戻れませんのよ。
覚えてろ。
そんな怖いこと言う人たちを案内したくないのです。
Everybody panicked as Pika-chan began to turn back. He could only figuratively and literally fall in line. All the waitresses also lined up to see them off.
本日はご来店誠にありがとうございました。
I shall return.
Clang, clang. Bell rang playfully as the door shut behind them. Yay!
すまないですわね。爆笑の極みでしたよ。
Fellas, what have we learned? If a man's bothering you, give him the old laxative.
やったね。
Rena and Satoko clapped their hands together.
俺一人じゃ歯が立たねえ連中もメンバー総登場ならまさに一網打尽だな。
この程度の相手なら私たちなら一人でもお相手できましたよ。圭一さんも少しは腕をお磨き遊ばせ。
I was loath to admit it. Satoko was right. Damn it. One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand alongside them.
でもみーちゃんの妹さんを守れて本当によかったね。もうこれでいたずらする悪い人たちは一人もいなくなったよ。
素敵な友人に恵まれたわね、園崎さん。
Veteran waitresses were also smiling. Well, it's just the one. After the herd was sent packing, it had calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Shion was flustered as she glanced between us and the now empty seats.
私のためにその
Shion's expression was somewhere between happy and guilt-ridden. Her face had turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen.
わあ、しーちゃんもかわいい。双子なんだね。はう。
Given Shion's personality, there's no way she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I'm really glad we were able to save her. Yay!
分かってると思いますけど、園崎さんとても感謝してますよ。私もホールを代表して感謝いたします。
Clap, and everyone clapped. The applause quickly spread throughout the entire restaurant. Oh god, and everyone clapped. Not only the other waitresses, but also the customers that were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everyone was lauding our efforts. Yay! When we had mostly finished eating and were filling out the survey, Mika-chan made her return.
おうお疲れ。 守備は上々か？ずいぶん遅かったな。
ごめんなさいなのです。帰りに迷子になってしまって大変だったのです。リカちゃんは変な道を通ることが多いからね。よく迷子になるんだよ。
How'd she get lost just guiding people to a nearby toilet?
人間誰にも得て増えてがありましたよ。リカにはそんなの負けないような長所がたくさんありますわ。
それもそうだな。さっきの女子トイレのあの表情、役者だったな。
The meep. The meep.
あの時の圭一はひどいのです。自分が彼らの立場だったら僕を弾き飛ばして女子トイレに飛び込むとか考えていたのです。
また俺、考えが顔に出てたのか。
圭一くん、エッチなんだ。
Normal Tuesday.
あ、いや、そら
You could laugh about it then, but a few days later, a newspaper headline read, 10 unidentified men were taken into custody in Hideyama. Men claimed to have traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet. But the spot they were taken into custody was XX kilometers away from Shishibone. When I read that article, I realized how terrifying Rika-chan really was.
さてと、ごちそうさまなのでした。今日は呼んでもらえて嬉しかったのです。
I want to squish your cheeks now.
あら、文句ありますの？もうちょっとゆっくりしても。タンスのお片付けの途中だったのですよ。あのままではお布団が敷けないのです。ああ、それもそうですわね。
Oops, looks like I caught her in a bad time. Hardy har har.
レナが電話した時はお部屋の片付け中だったんだよ。でも駆けつけてくれたんだよね。まあ、非常時だから仕方ありませんわ。それに甘いものをいっぱいいっぱい食べさせてもらいましたですから、とても喜んでいますよ。
Sorry, I'm reading. I'm immersed. I'm reading.
今日はありがとな。急に呼び出しちゃって。
シオンによろしくとお伝えなのです。では失礼しますわ。
How are they
レナ
leaving?
さんはどうぞごゆっくり。そうするね。じゃあね。
Rika and Satoko, in a good mood, horsed around with each other as they left. Yay! The Chuds have been defeated! While Rena and I were having a discussion about the dessert we just ate, Shion arrived with some coffee.
あら、ちっちゃい二人は帰っちゃいましたか？
Hearing them called the little ones was so strange, I inadvertently burst out laughing.
なんか片付けの途中だったとかで帰っちゃったよ。
Shion had brought enough coffee for 4 people.
先輩に話を聞きました。なんだか私のためにいろいろご迷惑をかけてしまったみたいで。
全然迷惑じゃないよ。他ならぬしーちゃんのピンチだしね。
Such sweet friends.
いいよね、しーちゃんで。みーちゃんとお揃いで可愛いかなって。
あ、まあ、どうぞご自由に。
Shion seemed a bit hesitant when Rena started talking to her. Rena's pretty sharp about some things, so Shion was probably worried that Rena would find out she was Mion after talking like this. Shion said she'd have work soon and hurried back to the kitchen, leaving behind a coffee for just the 2 of us.
レナにそっけなかった。慣れ慣れしい子だと思われちゃったかな。
照れてるだけだよ。
でも本当にそっくりだね。
Actually, I will say, really quick, I am gonna use the bathroom and maybe get a little bit more water for myself. Here. In the meantime, enjoy the smooth music, and I'll let Lotion Man entertain you. Just for like a minute. I will be right back. I needed water. I'm thirsty. I was so thirsty. Arid desert in my mouth. I hope Lotion Man didn't do anything too rash while I was gone. There we go. Folks, we are back.
双子ってよりももう一人のみーちゃんみたいな感じ。
外見は似てるけど雰囲気っていうか中身は全然違うだろ。そういう双子も面白いと思うけどな。
ケイチ君はそう思う？中身もそっくりだと思うよ。
Ocean Man said he likes men. Dude, that's so brave of you to talk about. Good for you. Good for you, man. It somehow became silent. I don't was just staring at the pattern the milk made on the surface of her coffee without saying a word. For somebody like me who could never stop talking, it was a rather uncomfortable moment. Rena's off-put mannerisms seemed to imply I said something I shouldn't have. That unpleasantness carried on for a little while. What did he say?
レナさ、今日言ってたろ。ミオンが傷つけられたなんて話。
Uh-oh.
そんな話したかな。
だからとぼけるなよ。確かに言ったよ。今日の学校からの帰り道で。
Rena answered by laughing while continuing to play dumb, questioning if she said that. As thick-headed as I was, I had a faint realization. Rena wanted to say that I was the one that hurt Mion. But when? Me?
もし仮にそういうことがあったとしても、それは俺には悪意はなかったんだよ。
I continued the conversation, but left out the assumption I had hurt Mion.
うん。きっとそうだと思う。
Oh, tiptoe
ケイ
it.
チ君に悪気はなかったと思うな。
What did he do? Rena replied, also leaving out the assumption that I had hurt Mion. That confirmed it. I don't know how it happened, but it seemed that I had hurt Mion. What the heck did bro do? And Rena was upset with me due to the fact I hadn't realized it.
誤解しないでほしいんだけど、別にレナは怒ってるわけじゃないよ。
Bro, it ain't your fault. Seeing right through what I was thinking, Rena said that as she smiled even more gently than usual. I'm wondering if she knows what's going on between those two.
ただなんていうのかな。難しいなって。
俺に落ち度があるなら、はっきりそうだと言ってくれないか。俺は自分でも呆れるほど鈍感なんだ。
At least he's self-aware.
謝るべきことがあるなら、少しでも早くそれに気づいて謝罪したいと思ってる。
別にケイチ君に落ち度なんかなかったと思うよ。考えようによってはずるいのはみーちゃんの方なのかもしれないし。ずるいのが女の子だって居直るのもまたずるい気がするし。
What Rena said was draped in mystery. Unfortunately, I had no idea what she meant. The only thing I got out of it was I had said or done something that inadvertently hurt Mion.
頼むよ、レナ。ミオンは俺の最高の仲間の一人だ。遺恨を残してなんか付き合いたくない。だから教えてくれよ。俺は何を傷つけてしまったんだ？
ダメだよ。こういうのは自分で気づかなきゃ。
This is very ominous. What the fuck do you mean? And I was smiling like she always did, but I said smoke bluntly. No, your child. Don't do that. The fact that she had the strength of will surprised me for a moment.
それに気づけないからこうして頼んでるんだろ。
My tone had unintentionally become harsh. Rena was also surprised for a moment, but quickly returned to her flat demeanor.
じゃあヒントだけならいいかな。特別なんだよ。
すまん。頼む。ちゃんと考えるから。
Rena looked around the restaurant, searching for Shion. Shion was working enthusiastically, but without confidence as usual.
しーちゃん、髪の毛を上げて結んだらみーちゃんと見分けつかなくなるんだろうね。
Oh?
そうだな。
じゃあさ、みーちゃんが髪をほどいたらやっぱりしーちゃんと見分けがつかなくなるのかな。
Oh?
多分な。でもそれとこれと何の関係があるんだよ。
もしもだよ、 双子の妹なんて話は嘘で、あれは妹のふりをしてるみーちゃんだったらどう
Oh.
思う？
Oh, you're doing the thing. Rena was sharper than her daily behavior belied. Oh, I know the deal. I was hesitant in verbally affirming that, but it was the right answer. How do you know, buddy?
質問に質問で返すようで悪いけどさ、レナの言う通りミオンがシオンのふりをしていたとして、それは何のためだよ。
After maintaining the silence for a while, Rena glanced at the clock.
そこを考えてほしいな。ヒントにしては多すぎかも。はあ、
After thanking me for the dessert, Rena stood up from her seat.
ごめんね。頼まれてるお買い物があるからそろそろ帰るね。しーちゃんには挨拶もせずに先に帰っちゃってごめんって伝えておいてもらえるかな。
The cogs are turning.
ああ、伝えておく。
ごめんね。
え？
レナって怒りんぼなの。怒ってごめんね。ケイチくんだけが悪いわけでもないのに。
Rena was harsh in her apology, but I was the one that really should have apologized.
みーちゃんだってもうそんなに気にしてないことだと思うの。だからなかったことにして忘れちゃってもいいと思うんだけど。でもね、同じ女の子としては
As a
ケイチ君に
girl,
自分で気づいて自分で謝りに来てほしいなって夢を見ちゃうの。
I don't know if this is some kind of bigger thing, but the first thought in my mind for some reason goes to when Shion and Keiichi first met, and he ended up being a big dick and slut-shaming and everything. Either that, or... Do you want a hint? I don't think I do. I'll keep myself surprised. Switching to cute mode only at the end, she disappeared in the direction of the register. The cogs are turning, but I'll talk about it... talking about what I'm feeling right now. Like, at the end of the chapter. While I was staring into space, somebody suddenly tapped me on the shoulder.
お待たせしました。やっと終わりました。
It was Shion, who had changed into her street clothes. She flashed with a smile while greeting me.
今日は本当にありがとな。どれもすごい美味しかった。みんなも喜んでたよ。
いえいえ、そんな。でも、喜んでもらえて嬉しかったです。
Is she trying to copy the girl's hairstyle by that hint? So, two sisters, Mion and Shion. They both look really, really similar. Mion usually has her hair up. Shion usually has her hair down. Shion's a bit more gentle in personality. Mion's a bit more abrasive. You'll understand it better in Meakashi. Okay.
あれ？さっきの女の人も帰っちゃったんですか？
She left right as Shion was coming along.
買い物があるって言って帰ったよ。先に帰って申し訳ないって伝えておいてくれって。
そうですか。じゃあ、私たちも表に行きません？
Meakashi is Watanagashi's answer. Okay.
たとえオフでもバイト先は緊張しちゃいますから。
We ended up strolling around without any destination in particular. I'd been sitting the entire time, so I was in need of a breath of fresh air. When we left, the sky had already become draped in a veil of darkness.
なんだか暗くなってきちゃいましたね。もっと早めに終わらせてもらえる約束だったのに。
Shion seemed upset that there wasn't much time left.
でもいいかな。ちょっとでもこうしてのんびりお話できる時間が取れたから。
Saying that, Shion set out for the tree-lined boulevard behind the station. Right at the station was slowly becoming crowded with businessmen heading home.
さて、自己紹介からしようかな。初対面はいきなりお姉と間違えられるという衝撃的な出会いだけで、互いに挨拶もしてないですからね。
I can only smile and laugh wryly.
私、園崎しおんと申します。お姉と似てるのは外見だけなんですよ。お姉は大雑把で暑苦しい人なんだけど、私は几帳面だけど涼しい人なんです。
I remember what Rena and I had been talking about earlier. It said that they looked the same, but their personalities were different. While Rena said they were both the same. I don't know what tipped her off. I figured out that Shion was Mion. We'll get to that. Also related to that, she said that I had hurt Mion. Rena had only given one hint. It was, why is Mion pretending to be Shion?
シオンは俺のことミオンからなんて聞いてるんだ？
お姉はケイちゃんのことお気に入りみたいですから、饒舌にいろいろと喋ってくれますよ。部活の話とか、やられたとかやり返したとか、そんな男の子みたいな話ばかりです。本当に仲がいいんですね。
Boyish kind of stories, huh? Come to think of it, I think there was something Shion told me before. Kei-chan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you? Was that what Mion herself said that she wished she'd been born a boy and that being a girl didn't suit her? She said a lot of things to that effect, didn't she? Dude, is the egg breaking? Hold on, man. Dude, I think the egg's breaking.
ケイちゃん、さっきからなんだか楽しくなさそうですけど。
いや、そんなことないよ。
隠し事が下手なくせに嘘つこうとするんですよね。だから憎めないんですけど。
Saying that, she lightly chopped my forehead. Even though Shion was enjoying herself, I was still trying to figure out how I had hurt Mion. I was having a hard time figuring out that riddle that Rena had left me with.
ほら、あれ、綺麗だと思いません？男の子でも綺麗に感じます？
へえ、綺麗だな。
Shion was having fun window shopping, dragging me by all sorts of stores I would never normally enter. It wasn't like she was begging me to buy her anything, and I wasn't getting bored either. It was just something to talk about as we walked around. In an easygoing way, we browsed through numerous stores. We discussed all sorts of topics I knew nothing about, but I didn't lose interest. I had the feeling she was good at conversation.
ケイちゃんってこういうの初めてですか？
ああ、初めてだよ。こんな小物のお店なんかこうして連れてきてもらわなかったら一生入らなかったな。
そういうのじゃなくて、こういう感じの。
What? I leapt back when Shion suddenly linked her arm with mine. I have my thoughts, but I'll let the story play. I have my thoughts too now.
そんなに驚かなくてもいいじゃないですか。女の子と腕を組むくらいそんなに恥ずかしいことなんですか？
Shion's expression was a bit miffed, but suggestive at the same time.
別に恥ずかしくなんかねえよ。腕が欲しけりゃ1本でも2本でもくれてやるよ。ほら。
ケイちゃんって本当に退屈しない人ですね。
Okay, this might be the fumble.
お姉のお気に入りってのもよくわかります。
いらねえなら引っ込めるぞ腕。
そんなそんな。喜んで拝借いたしますわ。
Laughing in good spirits, she unlocked her arm with mine. My heart skipped a beat.
反応を楽しみたいんで意地悪に質問しますけど、ケイちゃん、女の子と腕組んだ
Get the
ことありま
counter.
す？
Get the counter.
林間学校のキャンプファイヤーでってのはなしでです。
Little devil. She was asking that question knowing full well what the answer would be.
林間学校を封じられると辛いな。
そうだと思いました。
そのいたずらっぽい笑い方、本当にミオンと同じだな。お前、本当にシオンなんだろうな。ミオンがシオンだって嘘をついてるんじゃないのか？
お姉がシオンのふりをしてるかもしれないって思ってます？
I'm locked in, folks. I'm
さ
locked
っ
in.
きまでは双子だと思ってたが、悪ふざけの仕方がミオンとそっくりすぎるからな。
口ではそんなこと言ってますけど、ケイちゃんはちゃんと私とお姉を区別してますよ。
区別ってなんだよ。
お姉がこうやって腕を取ってきたら、ケイちゃんドキドキしますか？
する。関節技でもかけられるんじゃないかと思ってビクビクする。
Shion laughed so hard she had to hold on to her sides.
おいおい、そんなにおかしいことかよ。肩腹押さえて涙溜めるくらいに。
いえいえ、お姉ってしょうがないなって思ったんです。
Hopeless.
年頃の男の子と腕を組んで心臓を高鳴らすこともできないなんて。
Bro, she's
本
14.
当に女の子失格ですよね。
Dude. I remembered once again that I heard someone say that before.
お姉は男の子に生まれた方が良かったんじゃないかなって思うことありますよ。
Telling you, the egg's breaking, the egg's breaking.
私も惚れてるかもな。
Hey, what the fuck?
なんちゃって。
ミオンも男の子に生まれたかったなんて言ってたな。
お姉は女の子がしたいのか男の子がしたいのか中途半端なんですよね。
Dude, this game is woke.
まあ不吉祥な生き方のツケですからね。放っておいてあげてください。
さっきから実の姉に随分な言い方だな。
What's the popcorn?
私ミオンのどことなく甘えたところ好きじゃないんです。
The way that Shion talked somehow sounded cold.
シオンってミオンとあんまり仲
I'm
良くない
telling
の
you,
か？
there's something. Said before, there's something.
まあそこそこは仲良くやってます。でも姉妹として許せないなってところはいろいろありますよ。
Hmm.
あれ見てください。可愛いと思いません？
Turned around to look at where Shion was pointing. What was there was the familiar display window of a toy shop. Hey, it's the one from before. Same shop was the stage for the incident that occurred during last. It's only been a week? Shion was pointing at was the display with a plethora of adorable dolls that looked like the sort girls would like.
女の子ってどうしてこういうのが好きなのかな？
だって可愛いじゃないですか。
There's definitely some shade being thrown around. There's been some weird tension.
ケイちゃんは可愛いって思いませんか？
I should mention, since you're just popping in, I will say, they both pretty much live on other sides of town. Like, Shion's mentioned she lives with her grandparents.
俺は男だから特にそういうのは感じないよ。
Man, he's a man. He's a masculine
まあ
man.
な。ケイちゃんはこの中で一番可愛いのはどれだと思います？
Shion, pulling on my arm, motioned to the row of dolls. Lined up like they were close sisters taking a commemorative photo. That is a weird comparison. A few of them seem strangely familiar. Oh, Mion lives with her grandma. Shion lives elsewhere. Oh, right. Elsewhere.
こっち側に並んでる4つは見覚えがあるな。
やっぱり有名なんですね。ケイちゃんでも知ってるくらいだから。
Shion sounded impressed.
最近イギリスから入ってきたばかりの新作なんですよ。この辺ではまだ売ってますけど、都市部の方じゃ品切れ状態で、安さがポイントのはずなのに変に高騰しちゃってるそうですよ。
女の子っていい年になってもこういうのが好きなんだな。
Shut up. Dolls are for everyone.
人にもよるでしょうけど、人形とかぬいぐるみとかを嫌いな女の子ってそんなにいないと思いますよ。
You know what? I'm just realizing this is the 80s. 10 or 20 years later, that man is going to be seeing everybody collecting beanie babies and wondering what the heck's going on.
あの男女のお姉ですら可愛いって言ってましたから。
へえ、ミオンも可愛いって言うのか。そりゃすごいことだな。
That's right, I just remembered. The store owner gave this one to us after Sunday's event. Except for Mion, who was a relative. Everybody had gotten something.
やっぱりあれが一番ですよね。ドレスのふわふわな感じが本当に。
それだ。この店のマスターに俺がもらったやつだ。
らしいですね。
Mion never got a doll. But Rena got 2 dolls. Shion replied softly but clearly.
吉郎おじさんが日曜日のイベントを盛り上げてくれたお礼にって。お姉が連れてきた友達4人に配ったんだそうです。ドレスの人形はケイちゃんがもらったんですね。
Sorry, I'm silent. The gears are turning.
とっても可愛かったでしょ。
As a man, stop, you're a man. Men can find dolls cute.
じゃあその人形どうしちゃったんですか？
持っててもしょうがないからあげちゃったよ。
Keiichi, you goober. To who? Shion laughed. I hear an audible click run through my head. Like a piece of a jigsaw puzzle snapping into place.
今日はみんな本当にありがとう。おかげでイベントは大盛り上がりだったよ。大したものじゃないけど、これ今日のおだちんに。
あ、吉郎おじさん、私にはないの？おだちん。
あらあらあら、かわいいのが出てきましたわよ。
Satoko and Ika-chan opened up the bag. There were cute little stuffed animals inside.
これかわいい。
Ichio was going, I am a man, but he is in fact just a goober. For real. He's not a man.
お持ち帰りしていいの？本当に？
ってことは俺のもかな。なんだかやたら可愛いのが出てきたぞ。
It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress, one you'd use to play house. And his eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Satoko was the same, and Nika-chan too? See. It wasn't just Rena, Satoko, and Nika-chan. There was one other person that seemed jealous.
ケイちゃんには一番似合わないのが出てきちゃったね。
Not wanting for her expression to give it away. She'd said that to hide her embarrassment.
なんつうのか、プリティっていうか、キュートっていうか、可愛いのは認めるんだが、着せ替え人形はちょっとな。
ケイちゃんが持ってたら、確実に明日からあれな趣味の人扱いだね。うん。
Yon's usual teasing way of talking. I looked around to see who I should give the doll to. Is it because he didn't give her doll? Yon was right in front of me. Yon was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her. But I didn't. Oh! Oh! Oh!
レナに？ありがとう。
Turning away from Mion's covetous gaze, I gave the doll to Rena. Mion's smile bore into my back. There's no way I couldn't have noticed. Why did I not give it to Mion? If Mion was the only one who didn't get anything, wouldn't it have just been standard practice to give it to her? At that time, I'd noticed that something was wrong. That's why I said it.
保身のためだよ。レナにあげないと夜道が怖い。
違いない違いない。
ミオンにあげようかと思ったけど、ちょっと違うよな。
Something dark flickered briefly in Mion's eyes, but at the time I didn't notice it. I thought to give it to Mion. Why didn't I?
へへへへ、わかってるじゃない。私さ、どうして男に生まれなかったのかなって思う時あるよ。
Mion herself had said that with a laugh, so I didn't realize that I had heard her.
そうだな。ミオンってかっこいい系の方が似合うやつだもんな。だからこの店の手伝いはシオンちゃんが来て正解だったと思うぜ。
Huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me.
その制服、ミオンなんかには絶対に似合わないと思うけど、シオンちゃんにはよく似合ってると思うしさ。
それって、
Shion, like Rena often does, spaced out and turned bright red. Mion seemed really happy. She seemed happy that I complimented Shion. Saying that it didn't suit Mion, but that it suited Shion. Saying that it suited her seemed to make her happy. Bro.
ミオンの双子の妹なんだよ。性格は違うけど、外見は瓜二つなんだ。
そうそう。外見は似てるけど中身は大違いなんだよ。私は優しくて思慮深いけど、シオンは冷めてておっかない性格なんだよね。
Bold and scary personality.
多分生まれた時にミオンの女の子らしい部分は全部シオンに行っちゃったんだと思う。ミオンと違って実にはにかんだ笑顔の似合う可愛い女の子なんだ。
Mion made a strange face that was both angry and happy at the same time. It seemed she was happy that I said Shion was cute. Sneaking a look inside the box. To say that she just put some of the leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside.
本当にいいのか？これタバスコとかがいっぱい入ってるとか、そういう冗談じゃないのかよ。
もうお姉じゃないんですから、私そんなことしませんよ。別に嫌なら無理しなくても。帰って自分で食べちゃいますから。
Not my sister. That was how she said it. Shion was insistent that she wasn't Mion. She was saying that she was Shion and that I shouldn't think of her as Mion. When Mion was Shion, it carried a special meaning.
みーちゃんって不思議でしょ？女の子なんだけど男の子みたいっていうか。
That's what Rena said.
でもね、そんなみーちゃんも本当はすっごく女の子らしいんだよ。
レナ、お前ミオンにいくらもらったんだよ。
違うの。もうちゃんとした話をしてるんだよ。
Rena began to pout. That probably wasn't the right time to joke around.
みーちゃんは部活の部長さんだからみんなのリーダーとして頑張ってるけど、本当はとっても可愛い女の子なんだよ。それ特に圭一くんには忘れてほしくないな。
There never was a riddle to begin with. Rena was saying the answer right from the beginning.
それでもう私何が何だか
わからなくなっちゃって。
うん。
ケイちゃんに悪気がなかったのは分かってる。分かってるつもり。
うん。ケイチくんは人を傷つけるような人じゃないよ。だからみーちゃんが痛みを覚える必要なんか全然ないんだよ。
じゃあ何なんだろうね。悔しいのか、それとも悲しいのか、全然わかんなくて。
欲しかった？あのお人形。レナがもらったのをあげても何にも解決にならないもんね。
そうだね。
じゃあみーちゃん、ケイチくんにおねだりしてごらんよ。正面からぶつかってみた方が結構解決できるかもしれないよ。
そんなのできるわけないじゃない。
今さら恥ずかしくてできない？
ミオンじゃない私でもう一回やり直したい。そうしたら今度はもっと素直になりたい。ミオンとしてのケイちゃんとの関係はとても気に入ってるよ。わがままだと知ってるけど、もう一回。
きっと気づいてくれるよ、ケイチくん。
そうかな。
レナも応援するから。みーちゃんの悲しみが軽くなる方法を探してみようよ。
I'm locked in. I want to save my thoughts for the end, but there's something more going on.
私を信じて。みーちゃんを泣かせたりなんか絶対にさせないから。
信じる。信じる。
きっとケイチくんはみーちゃんのことも分かってくれるよ。それでね、無神経なことを言ってごめんねって言って、あのお店にみーちゃんを連れて行って、あのお人形をプレゼントしてくれるの。
うん。
そうしたらみーちゃんもありがとうって言うんだよ。茶化しちゃダメだよ。素直に言うんだからね。
欲しいなって言ったら、ケイちゃん買ってくれます？
Ooh, hold on to one moment. Sorry, tiny thing. dude, it disconnects for like 5 seconds. It had to be right when I came back. I'm sorry. Something came up and I had to take care of it real quick. But cogs are still turning. Mion said it quietly, doing your best to quell her embarrassment. You returned, and I have things to say. I would have reflexively begun to lightly tease her to hide my embarrassment. But like Mion, I quelled that impulse.
いいよ、ミオン。今日までのお礼ってことで、どれでも買ってやるよ。
Voice cracked with the unfamiliar words. In order to not lose to Mion trying her best, I tried my best as well.
だから私、ミオンじゃなくてシオン。
じゃあ、シオン。シオンに買ってやるよ。
Shion looked down, red-faced. She pointed at the doll in the dress through the store window.
本当にいいんですか？あのドレスのだけはちょっぴり高いんですよ。
値段の問題じゃないだろう。気持ちの問題だよ。
私、今日はケイちゃんに嫌なお客さんから助けてもらえて本当に嬉しかったです。先輩たちもみんな助けてくれなかったのに、ケイちゃんだけは助けてくれました。私の肩をグイって引っ張ってくれましたよね。あの時すごくかっこよかったです。なのに私恥ずかしくってちゃんとしたお礼もできなくって。
I clamped my hand down on Shion's hand and ruffled her hair roughly, like how I would Rena and the others. When I did that, Shion, like Rena, would have spaced out and blushed
そ
slightly.
んな難しいのは抜きでいいよ。あの時、あげてればよかったんだ。そうすれば、みんな楽しく笑ってられたんだ。
Shion didn't respond. She had turned bright red, like she was trying to hold back both laughter and tears.
今買ってくれよ。そこで待ってろよ。
私も一緒に行きます。
Saying that, she grabbed onto my arm once again. She wasn't trying to be stoic anymore.
お姉がどうしてケイちゃんのことを好きなのか、私よく分かった気がします。ねえ、ケイちゃんのことちょっぴり好きになってもいいですか？
Ooh, don't fumble, girl. Don't fumble. The unfamiliar situation made my head start to spin. What am I doing? I had reached my limit. Smiling wryly to hide my embarrassment, I dragged Shion into the store with me.
すみません。表のショーウィンドウにあるドレスの人形が欲しいんですけど。
After a moment, I heard a voice of acknowledgement, and an apron-clad employee soon appeared.
ケイちゃん？
Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Hold on! This mess of stuff. Hold on! Bum bum bum! Surprise! Whoa! I totally didn't look at other media that would have implied that they were both different people the whole time. Whoa! Oh my gosh!
それに、なんであんたがここにいるの？バイト中のお姉には関係ありません。私、ケイちゃんとデート中なんですから。なんでケイちゃん。
Even if you ask why. Dude! He didn't even know he was on a date. They cut out the whole toy store scene in the Oshi anime and only had the twins meet briefly, but they never brought up the doll. Damn. Mion looked at me with an expression of confusion and surprise. That was the same with me. If she was there, who was next to me?
最初からそうだって言ってますよ。
園崎しおんです。お姉の双子の妹ですよ。ケイちゃんだって私のことしおんって呼んでたじゃないですか。
Shion saying that. Sounded cutely.
どういうことなの？説明してよ、しおん。別にお姉がご就寝のケイちゃんってどんな人なのかなって思って、デザートフェスタのチケットを都合してあげたんです。そしたらケイちゃん、私が嫌なお客さんに絡まれているところにさっそうと現れて、バッタバッタとなぎ倒して私を助けてくれて、ポッ。
Oh, Mion and I raised our voices pathetically, expressing our confusion to the
ミオ
utmost.
ンが電話をくれたろ昨日さ。
しないよ私。何のことか全然わかんない。
私、ケイちゃんのためにお弁当を届けてあげたよね。あれは私だもんね。それともあれ、お姉だったの？園崎みよんともあろうお方が手作り弁当を作って男の子の家に海外しく届けに行ったと？へえ、お姉って見かけによらず大胆。
A loud pop. Trail of smoke began to rise from Mion's head.
いや、知らない。
Interesting reaction.
ほらね、ケイちゃん、お姉は知らないって。だから昨日までのは全部私、園崎しおんなの。私のふりをしたお姉かもしれないって思ってたかもしれないけど、これで疑いは晴れたでしょ？
I'll say this. The cogs are reversing. If you want to try so hard to convince the other person, then maybe there's some validity. Usually when somebody over-explains something and tries to convince somebody about something, it ends up being not that true. I couldn't tell it from down at that moment. There was a mirror around. I could have seen my eyes go wide from the shock.
さあ、店員さん、表のショーケースの人形包んでくださいね。大好きになった人からの初めてのプレゼントだから、ちゃんとリボン
They
付き
fucking
で
hate
梱包
each
して
other
ほし
though.
いです。
I was right, they hated each other's guts. Neon completely flustered, was being cornered by a sly-faced Shion. Her brain had stopped working.
そんな、ケイちゃん、何がどうなって。
じゃあ行こう。ケイちゃん、もう暗くなってきたからお家まで送ってあげるね。おねえ、悪いけど沖宮の家に電話して車を回すように言ってもらえる？自転車も積めるようにワゴンか何かで来てほしいって伝えてね。
In contrast to Shion, who had glee written all over her face. Shion was an empty shell and looked like she could burst into tears at any moment.
ケイちゃん。
After that, Mion's grumblings were unrelenting. Four points for you! Tips acquired. Not easy being green. Here, you know what? I'm gonna look at one thing. I'll look at the tip, and then I'm gonna explain my thought process right now. I feel so bad for me and what somebody's gonna be mean to each other.
昨日まで毎日お会いしてたじゃないですか。
もういい。お前がそうだって言うならそういうことでいい。
I think there's a lot Someone from Shion's house came to get me in a station wagon. I had initially refused, but Shion insisted, and so both my bicycle and I ended up being stuffed in the car. Said car was currently driving across a single bumpy road leading to Hinamizawa. For goodness sake, Shion was at Mion's level at least, or maybe even a better actor. Either way, no matter what questions I pressed her with, she'd slip out of them like an
し
eel.
かしそっくりだな。ミオンみたいに髪を後ろで結んだらやっぱりミオンそっくりになるのか？
さあ試せばそうなるんじゃないですか。私たち筋金入りの一卵性ですから。昔は服を取り替えっこしただけで誰も見破れなかったものです。お姉と一緒に断るごとに入れ替わっていろいろと騙したりしましたっけ。
Middle-aged driver wearing a black suit heaved a heavy sigh, like he were a butler.
なあにかさい、その深いため息は。
Shion makes me angry. Methinks she's a little bit of a twat. Like in a... I like her character. She seems like a bit of a twat.
失礼しました。昔から変わられないなと思っただけですよ。
You could see many years of hardship on the man's face through the rear view mirror.
それよりケイちゃんの家ってこっちでいいんですか。葛西はその先本家の道以外は
Let's wait
南
until
沢をよく知らない
Mayakashi.
から。
Which chapter number is that? Is it the next one or?
任せてお
It's
く
not
と
4, is
矢
it?
後地あたりまで走ってっちゃいますよ。
そりゃ困る。すみません。次の右に入る細い道のところで止めてください。そこまでで結構です。
Chapter 5. Okay. He stops the car at the desired place. Driver Kasai-san get my bike out of the trunk for me.
あ、どうもすみません。今日は送ってもらってありがとうございます。
圭一さんでしたか。
Oh shoot. He gets art before Keiichi gets art. That's funny.
あ、はい。
Dude, hold on, I gotta... Bro. He got no arm.
いろいろと災難はあると思いますが、そのうち飽きると思いますので、どうかそれまでご辛抱ください。
Gave me a deep, deep look of sympathy. This guy had definitely been dealing with the Sonozaki sisters ever since they were little kids.
ですが、ミオンさんと同じで、根は優しい方なんですよ。
それはつまりミオン並みに迷惑をかけるやつだということですか。
The man's face froze in a smile, his reply lost. He backed me up here.
じゃあねケイちゃん、また会いましょうね。お姉にもよろしくお伝えください。私も明日からひなみ沢の学校に通おうかな。
絶対に来るな。シオンが転校してきたら俺が沖宮の学校に転校するから。
それはすごくひどいことですよケイちゃん。
Short beep of the horn. Man gave a little wave to me from the driver's seat. Well, only time Oh no, you're giving me little dangles. Nah, that's fine, that's fine. Just saying it develops certain people, it's fine. As long as you don't say what it is, I'll be happy. Then the car withdrew into the dark night roads, leaving dust in its wake. It made no sense. Right into Mion while I was with Shion. Former's expression like a pigeon shot with a pellet gun. Had finally begun to make a strong impression on me. Alright. Talk time. Here, I'm gonna go back here. Wait. Did I have some, like... Hold on. I feel like I got some drag physics. This isn't a new thing, is it? How long have I had this? How long has this been going on? Feels like slightly... Am I crazy? Has that always been a thing? What are your theories, Maimu? Let's talk. First, awaken to your potential. Crab legs! Damn! Okay. Said it was only people... Alright. Simple yes or no question. This is the only thing I ask that might help me make up my mind. Is it specifically people that are born in Hinamizawa that, you know, get the fun kooky time? You know, go a little bit quirky? Is it just the people born in, like, do you have to specifically be born in Hinamizawa? Or can you be born outside of it and then raised in Hinamizawa and get the kooky? Just a yes or a no. And that'll help me form my thoughts a little bit. No. I will only say no. I'm going back to my previous theory. I think there's... I think there is still the disguising at play. Here's my theory. I think when Keiichi was encountering the hooligans, specifically when Keiichi was almost getting his ass beat by the motorcycle thugs, with Shion coming out and be like, hey, shut up, and then they make their evil fuck you die circle. And then she talks about, oh, everybody in Hinamizawa is so close. I feel like that specific moment might have been Mion dressed up as Shion. But I think everything else was Shion. It probably feels really weird saying that. But again, I think it kind of clarifies the connection, and especially now that we know. Look, I know this. So that's what you think, huh? That's a thought off the top of my head. Because we do know now for an exact fact that Mion and Shion are the same person. Admittedly, I knew already. I already knew just because of the, you know, material that I've seen outside the game. But it's been established at this point. Mion and Shion are not the same person. They're definitely siblings, and they definitely both exist. My thing is... First of all, my thing is I'm losing my train of thought. Now that that's been established, I won't ever confirm or deny. I will simply gaslight for funsies. The thing is, if Mion and Shion are definitely the same person, why would Rena point out something about, oh, why would Mion pretend to be Shion? Like, going along with that implication, even if it wasn't directly said out loud, how would she come up with the implication? So, like, Look, she's outside of Hinamizawa. Shion's outside of Hinamizawa. She's outside of that area. Mion's inside Hinamizawa. I'm gonna go back to my previous theory. There may be a mix of Shion and Mion interacting. I believe there may be a couple moments of Mion pretending to be Shion. And I will go back and I will say that I do think there's still a rift there. There's a rift, no pun intended, because I'm thinking there's a rift that has to do with the dam protests somewhere. I don't know what it is. I think their relationship's fucked up, and that it might have something to do with those dam protests that Shion was talking about before. Shion or Mion. But if you're in Hinamizawa and I'm in Hinamizawa, then who's driving the Hinamizawa? Bro, we've been in, looking up. He's been driving the car the whole time. So, final answer, they're both on opposite ends. And especially, dude, Shion's personality peeking into, that gets me. I want to see more of that. She's a major bitch. I just saw that right from the get-go. They hate each other. They hate each other's guts. But yeah, that's my theory. But of course, we're gonna have to wait and see. And of course, like somebody else said in chat, that was it Meakashi, chapter 5. We'll get more answers there. I know that it's a thing where there's stuff that's brought up, and it doesn't really get elaborated on until future chapters, so that's just something we have to figure out, but that's what I think on my end. But that is another chapter done. Every day we inch a little bit closer to figuring out what's going on. In the meantime, thank you for watching. This game has some of the best writing ever. It grips you in. This is like a masterclass in slow burn. It's like really, really slow burn. You ever watch those videos of like somebody like lighting a match or something, but it's at like a super duper slow motion? It feels like that. There are some parts towards the beginning that I feel like technically could be cut out and nothing would exactly change, but I understand why they're there. I think they help kind of establish the bond between the characters, and when something happens, it makes it a bit more impactful. Like, jumping right in, you wouldn't exactly get the same atmosphere. Slow burn and slice of life moments that are here to make the horror and angst hit harder. Exactly. Even though I feel like there's weird horror, maybe supernatural-ish elements in there, I think most of all it benefits through psychological horror. I don't know, I feel like the slice of life, yeah, true. I sympathize with it. I understand that some of it could be trimmed down, but I understand why it's there. I understand it. Higurashi's a little fragmented with things you need to remember. Streamlines way more in Umineko and onwards. Hey, for a first big project though, really good. Like, bro, I don't need to see Keiichi get put in a girl's swimsuit so much. He deserves humiliation. But much to see. So much to think of. But in the meantime, I suppose I will shut things down and wind down and get ready to go sleepy bye-bye time. Keiichi deserves it. He really does. That's the worst part. Let's see. As for the next couple of days... Okay. This I need to figure out. Because, okay. I haven't announced anything yet. It's nothing that's like, remember to wear your jammies to bed, don't worry. He's a butthole on acid. True. Yukishio7 used to work as a civil servant? Interesting. This will be important for later arcs. Ooh, I love political corruption. One of my favorite genders. As for next week, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna be a drawing stream again or not. I have an explanation, I haven't directly announced it yet, so I won't just throw it out and tease anything here. But, sorry, I'm looking at my fun paper schedule. There might be something coming up. That's something I have to check on. So, it'll either be art, or it'll be a really special thing. Or special to me, at least. Maybe special to you guys, too. We'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. But for right now, I would like to send you all off. More Higurashi. I will play more Higurashi. I was here to make an announcement. I've come to make an announcement. Keiichi's a bitch-ass motherfucker. Pissed on my fucking wife. Let's see. Hold on, where the 8 viewers? 8 viewers? Let's see. There's not too many people on the Twitch side, so I won't do a Twitch raid this time around, but... Who are you people? Dude, I'm glad that you're here to help me discover this weird, wild, wacky world of Higurashi when they cry. I hope to make the weebs even happier. I'm here to force feed you all, one is Streamlabs. Higurashi brings in more victims. Forgot to lurk. No, you worked on Twitch. You lurked on Twitch. You're good. You're a good lurker. Or wait, no, that might have been someone else. I don't remember. Higurashi's very based. You will suffer Higurashi autism with us. Dude, it's even slower burn knowing that I'm doing this like once a week. Twice a week. This was something special. But I think the next couple days we'll be getting back in the swing of things. For sure. But okay. Outro time. YouTube people, thank you guys so much for watching. YouTube folksies, if you liked what you see, please leave a like on my video. And subscribe to my channel. Let's see, where are we at right now? We're like 1,060 something. If you want to see more Higurashi and possibly other art and stuff, we're almost at 1,100. We're 1,063 subscribers right now. Ooh, hold on. Mother Mime coughed during my outro. But yeah, subscribe. We got big things coming. I keep coming to your stream so chill. Thank you. I would like to be a light in the shining darkness. This chill hangout time. personal announcement, Hopium is the death of Bal in Wonderworld. No. I wanted to be like, I should make like at the end of Evangelion, that poster, and it's just Balin's head staring out. And if there's a Twitch person or two that might be watching in the distance there, if you happen to be peeking through, I'd appreciate if you followed me. I know YouTube is my main platform, but I really do have a lot of fun simulcasting on Twitch. The follow, maybe drop a sub or some bits on there. Or if you want to do a bit more of a direct tip, you can donate at kofi.com/Maimu. All the proceeds go to Maimu. And they help me with bills and other finances and stuff. And it's always appreciated, but please do not feel forced. If you want a little bit of incentive out of it, I'm also on a website called vloo, which is basically VTuber Cameo. You could basically, I can do roleplay scenarios, I can do birthdays. In fact, if you go on vlooplay.com/Maimu right now, one of the examples that I got from currently my only vlooplay commission is a maid roleplay. So you get a little piece, you get a maid roleplay as a little treat from me. And in the meantime, thank you guys for watching. My throat's getting dry, so I shall take my leave. I'll see you guys later. Do you do weddings on vlooplay? I could... Were you gonna make me LARP as an ordained pastor? Now, if you want to propose to your girlfriend and use Maimu Akemi to propose to your girlfriend, they'll take it. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye, Moo. Bye, Moo. またね。再见。